Hello everyone and welcome to the Adventures of Adam, and welcome to another GODFORGE video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a segment called Simon Says, where I pull interesting quotes from Simon, aka Hell Hades, from the community Discord. We're going to be looking at the teasers that were posted in the announcement section, as well as looking at the new trailer teaser. So all that and more coming up. For those of you who did not know, I am a moderator on the Fateless Discord. As such, I am extremely active on the Discord daily. And I have been tracking and bookmarking certain Simon quotes that I found to be particularly exciting or interesting to give us sort of hints towards what is to come with GODFORGE. Now, please note that everything here is subject to change. The development cycle is constantly, it's an ebb and flow. This just gives you an idea of the direction they're leaning today. This could very well be, they can very easily steer the ship and change directions tomorrow, so nothing here is guaranteed. It's just something to sort of get excited about and potentially look forward to. So with all that out of the way, let's get into the first Simon Says quote. Now, this was a post I made 8th of September last year, talking about PvP against friends and clanmates. While I did not receive a response from anybody on the team on this post, about a week ago, somebody else made a similar game idea thread about friendly clanmate arena battles. And as you can see, Simon says it's in the plans. So this is something we potentially have to look forward to with GODFORGE. Friendly arena battles. That's right. Challenge your friends to an arena battle. Friend starts talking smack, you throw down the gauntlet and duke it out. That sounds like a ton of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Next, this thread was talking about hero upgrading and talking about the charge for gear removal. And what Simon had to say about that is, we think we have a great system and answer to this. If this was a scope between Watcher of Realms and Raids, this is where I would place us. And as you can see at the bottom, he's got the Watcher of Realms over here, Raid over here, and they're way closer to the Watcher of Realms side of things. So, I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know if it's going to be a silver cost or what. I honestly have no idea. When asked to go deeper in depth on this subject, he could not or would not go any deeper. Just know that we're not going to have gear removal costs as egregious as Raid Shadow Legends. So that's a very, very big +1 for me. This has nothing to do with GODFORGE, but I did think it was an interesting quote. For those of you who are wondering where Hell Hades got his name, he says he used to play Final Fantasy VII and loved the Hades animation ability. Hades was always taken in games, so he used to use Hades was always taken in games, and also he used the Hellshock visual as an avatar. So he combined the Hellshock and the Hades, Hell Hades. That's where his name comes from. I thought that was interesting, so I thought I'd share that with you guys. And then finally, someone in general chat posted this picture of Vlad the Impaler and was talking about how they would love to see him in the game. To which I replied, I would be sad if he wasn't in the game, or at the very least some sort of Dracula vampire undead faction. To which Simon says, me too. That's I'm just really excited. Not officially spoiling anything. All he's saying is that he would be sad if Vlad the Impaler or wasn't in the game, or potentially there wasn't some sort of Dracula vampire or undead faction. It would appear to make him sad. If only he had the power to do something about this. Alright, now let's take a look at this little clip that they shared with us on the Discord this week. Now, note something here very important. Whatever this skill is right here, it does not match any of these skills over here. So whatever this icon is, it's not related to these 3 attacks. But if you look at this fellow, I forget his name. But in my video last week, whatever this is, the blue bar was like up to here. It was like 60% full. And here, it's like 10% full. So I am still of the opinion that this is some sort of ultimate ability, and it's just not fully charged yet. How it charges, I have no idea. But let's just play this clip so you can watch this, and it's all of its glory. Okay, so he's mousing over this skill right here, and it says Herc Smash. Attacks an enemy, deals 300% times attack, plus 20% max HP. Now, Susie, aka Ivy League Gaming, asked in the Discord if this is Hercules' max HP or the enemy's max HP, and Hell Hades confirmed it was Hercules' max HP. So, and then it places a stun for 1 turn. We'll play stun for 2 turns and deal double damage instead if this hero is under an immortal buff. So let's let this attack play out. It's pretty sick. Herc smash indeed. Herc absolutely smash. And again, last week we were looking at the turn order being displayed over here and relating it to these turn meters here. If you look, these guys are like at 75% turn meter, where all the other friendly ally heroes are low turn meter, and it corresponds and correlates to what we see over here. Brunhild, Zeus, and I forget this guy's name. Forgive me. Yeah, he's the lowest turn meter, and it's represented here. So I'm pretty sure... Oh, this is new too. So last week, this green shading right here to indicate an ally versus an enemy didn't exist. So this has been updated since the last look we saw at this. This green shading towards the bottom of the circle is to indicate an ally, and this red shading at the bottom of the portrait is to indicate an enemy. And also another thing we see here, so notice there's green arrows above them. When Hercules attacks, also look at that twister in the background, that desert twister. That's really cool. It's a nice little touch. The banner's blowing in the background. Boom, it says strong hit. 27,000 damage, and it's strong. So it leads me to believe there's some sort of affinity system here. If we're drawing parallels to Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. So this week, the team at Fateless, I think it was actually Dan, aka Fiction, who leaked this photo here. And you can see it's got Hercules on the hero screen. And this is a different screen that we actually have not seen yet. The only other screens we've seen have had... it wasn't on this menu, it was on the default menu here. So what we can see with Hercules is we've got this skill with the red leaf, which we can see correlates here. We can see the Herc Smash ability here, which correlates here. And then whatever this ability here is this ability here. So I'm assuming this is just their default skill. Whatever they use when all their other things are on cooldown, which leaves this skill here. Which also matches the art assets for whatever this is here. Leading me to further suspect that this is an ultimate ability that needs to be charged. Confirming my... well, not necessarily confirming. Reinforcing the speculation I made in my last week's video. It seems to lean more heavily into this sort of system. Also, you can see he's got what appears to be an attack in all battles leader bonus. It looks like all the champions have that though. So I'm assuming these are placeholder assets for the time being, or they're still tweaking and tuning who gets what. But what's another interesting thing about this image here is we have a hero who presumably has not yet been seen. Or have they? This is a asset image of someone called the Composite Bowman. I'm assuming that's not their actual name, it's just a temporary placeholder until they have a real name for the... maybe Composite Bowman is... I don't know, who knows? But if you look closely, they've got the cloak, they've got whatever this thing on their forehead is, and the beard, and the face sort of structure, the facial structure looks very similar as well. And the fact that he's a bowman tends to further reinforce the theory that maybe there's some sort of damage scaling hint as to what this serpent snake-like thing is. My initial assumption was that the heroes that are marked by this snake-like sigil are champions who have some sort of damage scaling off of a certain stat. Initially, my initial speculation was that it was going to be like agility or something like that. And then the champions who have the red sigil at the bottom were strength-based champions. And then maybe like intellect or wisdom for the ones who show up in purple. Again, that was just all speculation, but I'm definitely noticing some sort of correlation between the types of champions who have this sigil. There's definitely some sort of assassin or ranger-like champion. This is confirmed to be the Brazilian archer, I think is her name. Some sort of archer. I forget the... Oh gosh, what is her name? Okay, so this is the only image I could find. I swear there was another image of her somewhere in the announcements, but maybe they took it down. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Artemis, who is like sort of the queen of the hunt or something like that. I forget her exact lore background, but that seems to enforce the fact that she's some sort of archer. And then you have Icarus here. So here we have an image of Icarus. I believe that's who he is. But these are the same characters, 100% for sure. And again, he's got this snake sort of serpent thing in the bottom left corner of his screen. And again, he is an archer. I feel like this is more than just a coincidence. There's got to be something else going on here. But it's confusing because if it is like agility, strength, intellect, wisdom, whatever, like that sort of D&D style system, if that is indeed what it is, it contradicts what we see on the screen here. Rather than 300% times strength, it says times attack. Additionally, he's got this attack in all battles leader skill. So I have no idea. It's this weird sort of like, there seems to be some sort of lack of consistency, or maybe I'm just drawing conclusions where there are no conclusions to draw. But honestly, in my opinion, it's too like it could be Affinity, but what are the odds that all of these champions who are some sort of like rogue or archer style character all share that same little snake as their affinity? And then all of these, we got King Arthur down here, Hercules, the Sparta guy, Leonidas, all appear to be like strength-based heroes, and they're, what are the odds that they're all the same affinity? Furthermore, another thing different about this image that we see compared to the last one we saw, the one we saw last week. So if we look at this image that we took a look at last week, all of the heroes were at level 2 or whatever this is. In this image, you see a variety. So there's 1, 3, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 5, 4, 1, 4. So I don't know if that's their rank, if that's their ascension level, if that's their empowerment, if that's like to represent some sort of duplicate system. But they're all level 60 in 6-star and appear to be ascended to some degree. As the stars are purple, usually stars aren't purple by default. But it's just really interesting to look at all these things. But you can see these, what I was talking about earlier, much more clearly. Like, this is clearly some sort of rogue or ranger type hero, and they've got the snake. This is an archer, that's been confirmed. And we have Artemis here, same thing, she's got the snake. We saw his bow and arrow. This guy, Anubis, looks like he can be a rogue, just from his aesthetic. And then this is the archer guy that we looked at earlier. It just, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I'd really like to know what you guys think. Do you think I'm onto something with this, like, dexterity or agility, strength, intellect, wisdom sort of D&D style stat scaling? I'm less inclined to believe this to be true because of what we see here in terms of the attack aura leader skill, and also this right here. Or maybe they know that I'm onto them, so they threw this attack scaling stuff in here as a red herring to throw me off the trail. Who knows? Anything is possible. Do I need to take off my tinfoil hat? Is this a conspiracy? What do you think? Let me know. Am I crazy? Okay, let's look at one more thing before we go today. Alright, now this is exciting. I'm going to pause it at a few key moments here and there. So that was... I think his name is Wusashi? Jump attack, slice with the spin. Brunhild here looking great. This is Brunhild's attack. Okay. Thrusting the spear forward. Man, these attack animations just look so good. Bam. Leonidas here, ready to rock and roll. This is Anubis. Okay. So this is the first time we've seen Anubis in action, in game. We've seen like assets of him, but we've never seen him in action. So this is a first. And he's attacking with some sort of staff. So this sort of counters my theory about agility being his stat scaling. Bam. So yeah, maybe he's... Maybe I'm not onto something there. Maybe that was a conspiracy. So here we have Zeus charging up a lightning bolt. Damn! Hold on. Let's watch it in full speed first, and then we'll appreciate it in slow motion. Bam! Dude, that looks so good. Like, just like the flying. It's very like Dragon Ball Z-esque, like the charge up and then the... Bam! Okay. In the Herc Smash clip, the arrows above the enemies were green. In this Zeus clip, the arrows above the enemies are yellow. What can we glean from this? Well, again, if we look at... Zeus and Hercules, they are... Whatever this sigil represents, they are different. So they very well could be affinity markers. And that would support the fact that this maybe isn't representative of their damage scaling. Because we saw Anubis wielding a staff. So far he's the outlier, and he's the only hero represented by this green snake that isn't some sort of archer. I think I'm starting to believe that my initial speculation that this had something to do with damage scaling was incorrect, and I'm now leaning towards this representing affinity, and I am willing to just backtrack and say maybe it's just a coincidence that this guy, this guy, this gal, and these gals are all ranger or archer-like in appearance. Because Anubis certainly is not an archer. And we saw him wielding a staff, so... that just raises more questions. So I am starting to lean towards this representing an affinity system. Because we can see that clearly Hercules and Zeus are entirely different affinities. We know that from the clip we just watched. With these being represented with a yellow marker indicating that they're like neutral. Whereas in the Hercules clip, they were green to indicate that Hercules is like strong affinity. Alright. So that's interesting. Yeah, right here. See, they're green now against Hercules. Well, let's hold on. What? They're red against Wasashi? I think that's his name. Is he on here? He's not on the screen. Damn. Okay. Alright. That's the first one, right? Yeah, okay. And then Brunhild, they're yellow. Okay, okay. Okay, she's not on this screen, so that's not entirely helpful. Okay. Or maybe she's on the Hercules screen. Okay, I don't actually see Brunhild on this screen, so we can't use that to confirm or deny anything, I guess. Alright, let's keep going. Yeah, so they're green here. This is another thing I wanted to talk about. So earlier, like months and months ago, they were talking about how they want the background assets to be affected by your actions in game. So when a champion uses a particularly powerful skill, it can impact the surroundings, and you can see him toppling the statue from the impact of his strike, and it knocks this other one over like a bowling pin. Like, how cool is that? Let's do frame by frame. Bam, bam. It'd be, I don't think they're gonna do this, but it would be really cool if those falling onto the enemies could like do damage to them as well. And you can see this guy is stunned. He must have got hit by the first Herc smash. Yeah, how cool is that? Okay, now there's King Arthur. Are they gonna show him in combat? No, okay. I think this is Aphrodite. Look at this attack animation, dude. Okay, we're gonna take this frame by frame. It's just the floating, the hovering, the charging, just all of it. It's just, bam! It just looks exactly like it. It's so freaking good, dude. Okay, do we have a picture of her on any of the screens? Aphrodite. I don't see her in here. And I don't see her in here, so I'm not able to glean anything of particular import from this other than... Wait a minute. Or am I? Hold on. Okay. We do know... So here, the background of the portraits are matching whatever this sigil right here is. On all of these heroes. So you got purple, purple, green, 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 red, red, purple, purple, green, 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 red, red, right? It all matches. Her background is purple, and it is also neutral, as it was true with, what is not Odin, but Zeus. Her background is purple, the same Zeus's would have been, and she and Zeus are each have the purple affinity. And right here, Brunhild seems to be blue in the background, or Brynhild. She was the second one they showed here. Okay. You can see blue there too. So so maybe this purple affinity is sort of some sort of neutral, the way that Void is in Raid, and then these are blue affinity enemies, so that the blue affinity champions and the purple affinity champions are each neutral affinity. And then Musashi here, I'm pretty sure that's his name. I should probably check. Okay, it's Musashi. I don't know what I was saying earlier. Musashi. That's, okay. From the faction Kojiki. Okay. Musashi. So Musashi here is green affinity, and he was showing as weak. Here. So there's Musashi, and the affinity indicators are showing red. So green is weak against blue. Blue is neutral against blue. So either the purple is the neutral affinity, or blue is the neutral affinity. So far it's inconclusive, but it's definitely one of those two. And again, Anubis is represented by green, and he's showing weak affinity here. Confirming that. Zeus is purple, and they're neutral. Hercules is red affinity, and he's showing strong. And then she's purple, also showing neutral. Okay, I want to watch this attack animation one more time. Yeah, so good. And that's Shamash. I think he's like the god of the sun. Oh, it looks so good. But also, I think we have affinities confirmed. All but confirmed at this point. So yeah, very cool. That's exciting. I didn't know I was gonna accidentally discover that while watching this. Thank you so much for watching, and a special thank you to my legendary tier channel member Dex for the continued support. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe because I've got new GODFORGE videos coming every week, and I'll be continuing to cover the game up until release. Also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button because it really does help my channel grow. It tells YouTube that what I'm doing here is great. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, I will see you all in another video soon, but until next time everyone, stay strong and forge on.